past, Little Red was still working a few days a week at the HFHA. They had been having some trouble finding new permanent homes for many of the little animals, the rats, mice, hamsters, bunnies, and guinea pigs. At least once a week she walked through the room where these small animals lived, just to take a look. One day there was a new guinea pig boy there. His name was Ronald Reagan, and he was adorable and sweet, but he was oh so frightened. His owners, who he had always lived with, had to move away and they could not take him with them. He had never lived in an HFHA before, and the place just scared him to death. One of the HFHA caregivers was holding this little guy, and carrying him everywhere she went. She told Little Red that he was so upset that he did not want to be put down in his temporary room. Every time she tried to put him down, he would squeak and cry so loudly that he upset all the other piggies too. Little Red went home to her happy piggies, but she could not get the unhappy, frightened little piggy at the HFHA off of her mind. She talked to Joey and Abe about him. They felt so sorry for him too. They knew what it felt like to be left there, and even though the caregivers were super nice to them, there's just no place like your own home. Little Red hardly slept that night. She tossed and turned thinking about Ronald Reagan. In the morning, even though she wasn't supposed to go to the HFHA that day, she went in and asked if she could please take Ronald Reagan to live with her and her other two piggy boys. They weren't sure it was a good idea because they told her it was next to impossible for 3 guinea pig boars to live peaceably together. Apparently, piggy boars have to decide who's going to be the boss, and they struggle to figure it out. All of this can lead to serious trouble in paradise. But Little Red had a feeling that these 3 boys would make it work. She just felt that if they did struggle to get along together, she would be able to help them find a way. Even if she had to put the fence back in and separate one of them from the other 2, it would be better for Ronald Reagan to live like that than at the HFHA. And she was right. The next day, after the paperwork for piggy number 3 was done and he was cleared by the animal doctor to be healthy, Little Red picked him up and brought him home to his new habitat and 2 new buddies. Hopefully, she decided to put the fence back at least for a few days, once again to give this trio time to recognize each other by looks and scent. Remember, guinea pigs are always sniffing each other. They start to recognize each piggy by their scent. While the fence was there, Joey was extremely interested in the new guy, formerly known as Ronald Reagan, but for now, Little Red had decided to call him Samy. Joey would do the same as he had done with Abe, lay by the fence, eat by the fence, sniff Samy through the fence, bump noses with him, and chatter with him. They both seemed super interested in each other and like they could not wait to get together. Abe, on the other hand, completely ignored the new guy and the whole situation. He stayed away from the fence, slept in one of the hay bins, his favorite napping place, ate hay by himself, and seemed oblivious to the other 2 piggies. He was okay, just not excited about it. After watching him for some time, Little Red decided he had already determined that he was the boss, and those 2 weren't ruffling his feathers, not one bit. Day 3 rolled around and it was time. Time to see how the 3 little piggies, there it is, would do with each other. So Little Red proceeded to take that fence out of the habitat and let the 3 go at it. Funny thing is, the only 2 going at it were Joey and Samy. Abe remained cool as a cucumber, so calm and seemingly oblivious to the 2 playmates. The only time he reacted was if they came into his hidey or jumped into the hay bin while he was in it, whether he was eating or sleeping. Otherwise, they did all the chasing, wrestling, nose-bumping, and climbing on each other. But they weren't acting upset. They were having fun. They were having a ball. At first, Abe was totally enjoying being left alone, and he was loving watching them. He would move about the habitat, changing position to get a better view, or simply to get out of their crazy ways. But he definitely seemed to be loving the action and antics. After another day or 2, Abe started joining in the fun. Oh, what a happy day that was for everyone. Eventually, the two wild and woolly playmates settled down a good deal. That's when Abe decided it was time to let them know that, even though they were all getting on quite well, he was Pig Boss, or Boss Pig. And Boss Pig gets first dibs at anything new. Fresh hay or pellets, fresh clean pea mats, new hideys, and fresh water. But he still wanted to become friends with Samy, so he played with him the same as Joey had. Maybe he wasn't quite as energetic about it. He didn't chase as much, climb as much, wrestle as much, and there was very little nose bumping. But he played enough that Samy felt welcomed by Abe and happy to have another friend. Now, Abe, Joey, and Samy are living together happily. They eat and play and sleep and eat some more. It's one pig happy family. And here it comes. The three little piggies lived happily ever after, and so did Little Red. The end.